Hello everybody, welcome back to the FM24 Youth Academy Challenge with Folkestone Invicta, and we are halfway through the season and it's not going too bad. The top two are just slightly out of reach, but we're putting up a fight. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save and fellow managers. We currently find ourselves in 6th in the table, so just about hanging on to the playoff spot at the moment. We're only 2 points off second, which is Reading, but we are in a little bit of bad form. We've been a little bit roller coastery all over the place, and we are 9 points off Wolves, who are sort of starting to run away with it in the league at the moment. We've already lost 7 games, which is more than I think than what we lost all of last season, if we go and have a look at that. Because last season, I swear we only lost, was it like 6 we lost, finishing 3rd? We lost 8, so we're 1 off losing the same amount of games, yet we've only played half of the games in the season. So it's not looking like it's going to be our best season this year, but sitting in 6th, we got to the heights of 1st and 2nd. We've been 2nd a couple of times, then had a massive drop off of form. Improved it, got back up into 3rd, and now we're just on a bit of a downturn of form again. So we're still, as you can imagine with a young team, pretty inconsistent, to be honest. We're not doing badly, though. We're not doing badly. We came back for the first home league game in the Harbour Arms Stadium against Sheffield Wednesday, where it was a lovely 3-0 win, which was great. We followed that up beating Forest Green. We've lost to Leeds, drawn with Port Vale, who are surprisingly near the top of the table this year. Lost to Woking on penalties, awesome, in the Carabao Cup. Lost to QPR 4-1. Beat Plymouth, beat Blackburn, lost to Hull, drew with Sunderland, lost to Everton. Stockport was a mental game, 6-4, 10 goals, 6 for us, 4 for them. A really good performance. Drew 1-1 with Reading, beat Cardiff 4-2, beat Coventry 2-0, drew with Portsmouth 2-2, a really good November actually, as we drew with Charlton 2-1, beat Wolves 3-2. So we've got some ability in us. We beat top of the league Wolves 3-2, beat Burnley 1-0, lost to Bristol City, beat Millwall, drew with Lincoln 3-3, which was very irritating because we were by far the better team in that one. And then lost to Ipswich 2-1, lost to Bristol City 2-1. Lee Doyle was very, very good in this game for Ipswich, where he scored what turned out to be their winner. They went 2-0 up inside half an hour. Bristol City went 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. We got one back through Carson, but just couldn't find an equaliser. And now we've got Hull. So we're on a bit of a tough run at the moment. If you think these games here, right, Bristol City, Millwall, Lincoln, Ipswich, and then Bristol City again. Bristol City are in 4th, Hull are in 3rd, Lincoln are in 7th, Ipswich are in 9th. So our fixtures have been, I would argue, very against us in terms of form. But you could also argue it's getting the tough teams all in the same sort of area out of the way. If you think we've smashed Millwall, we beat Coventry, beat Charlton, beat Plymouth, beat West Brom, beat Cardiff, beat Portsmouth, or drew with Portsmouth, beaten Stockport. Everyone down the bottom we're quite easily beating, it seems. Middle of the table lot, there seems to be a couple of losses, but more wins than losses in there. It's just these top teams just seem to have the beating of us. So I think for us to go up, it's going to depend on someone else slipping up, and that's probably going to be the case. And then one year we're just going to strike it lucky and do really well. Englefield, top goal scorer, 21 goals in 24 league games is absolutely insane. Kada Kuedu, who we said was going to be very good this year, top in average rating with a 7.59 in all of the league games as well. Most player of the matches for him as well. Most assists in the league. It's just, we're playing really well. We just have these games where we just sort of brain fart and turn off and get beaten, and it's just proving to be a little bit irritating. And this is, I don't know how many seasons we give it in the Championship before we give up. Now, I'm not at that point yet, but this could very, very, very mimic real life, right, where it's so hard to get out of the Championship because the teams that get relegated have such strong squads. Now, as I said, I'm not close to giving up yet, but this is proving to be difficult. We're halfway through the season. As I said, we've been playing pretty well. 24 games played. We're just over halfway through the season. Sitting in 6th, 12 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses, goal difference of plus 10 and 41 points on the board. It's so close as well. I mean, 3 points is separating Everton in 10th and Reading in 2nd. So even 10 points is separating Everton in 10th to Wolves, who are top. So really, there's loads still to play for in the second half of the season. We just need to put like a consistent run of form together. And that's what we're struggling to do at the moment, in all honesty. The players are playing well when they can. They are getting a little bit tired every so often. We've just got a little bit of news to come in. Englefield could be lost because of a release clause, but nobody wants to buy him, which is great for us at the moment. But we are just about to head into January, so who knows, that may change. We've had some good improvements, actually. I haven't focused on improvements in a while, but Englefield is getting better and better, which is great for us. Bad because he might then decide he needs to leave the club, but he's also got some really good positive personalities coming through as well. So now he loves big matches, good personality because he's light-hearted, which is good, versatile. What's the light bulb one? Oh yeah, anticipate situations well. But generally, I think he's getting towards the end of his development now, but looks very, very good for us as well. He's got a contract for another 2 years. He does have that low minimum fee release clause, but he is interested in discussing a new contract as well, so we may look into doing that. So he was one I wanted to focus on because his development has been really, really good recently. Kadu Kuedu obviously playing very, very well as well. We're seeing some improvements from him. If we look at his development through his progress, looking at attributes, let's look at all time just because it makes it look better. You can see that lots of technical improvements, doing very, very well there. Major improvement in his mental attributes as well, doing very, very well there. Off the ball going up 4 to 11 is very nice indeed. And physically has grown as well. Still not the quickest, but he's putting a lot of effort in, and it's reaping its rewards on the pitch, which is very nice to see, isn't it, from Kadu Kuedu. Paulinho Balberia, our Portuguese left winger, he's decreasing a little bit. He has been a little bit on and off of form this year. Definitely doesn't feel like it's been his best season. He's actually playing very similarly to last year, although less goals output, but definitely does feel like he's not as present as much on the pitch. But again, he had a good bit of development ever since he's been here, right? If we look at all time, so his work rate's gone down, but a major overall improvement mentally, slight improvement in his technicals, major overall improvement in his physicals as well. So these players are progressing, and it is showing that our youth academy is producing good players when we get to this point, which is needed and good. But yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see him come through. Ryan Carson is just an absolute machine. He's a machine. He's matching probably his best season he's ever had for us. 4 goals, 7 assists, 2 player of the matches. Like, it's mental to think he's still only 23 and he's played for us ever since he broke into the team. That year he came through in 34-35, sorry. The next year after that, basically our starting right winger for the second half of the season, and then he's never looked back. Consistently played a lot of games every season, hitting the heights of a 7.3 and a 7.25, which showed he was far too good for League 2 and League 1. Stepped up to the Championship, still hitting 7 average ratings as well, just doing so good. Really enjoying what he's been doing at the club as well. So slight improvement technically, major improvement mentally, and major improvement physically. It's just great to see. It's really, really good to see these youngsters developing. And we've managed to hold on to them as well, which is just, it still boggles my mind that we haven't really lost any players to a big transfer or a minimum fee release clause or anything like that. I do think where we're being found out as a team is goalkeeper. I do think, and that is always, in a Youth Academy challenge, it's always the hardest thing is to have your goalkeeper at the level that you're playing at. So like, our starting goalkeeper, Michael Collins, is a leading Vanarama North-South player. He has the potential to be a decent Vanarama National League player, and he's our goalkeeper in the Championship. Like, if you could magically wave a wand to make someone better, it would be Collins. He's 26, so he's going to be getting into his peak soon as well, so he's not going to get much better than this, and that really is a concern. Back up at the moment is Lewis Roberts, another one that he's at a similar level to Collins already, but he's really not going to improve that much. So there were some calls when he came through the youth team for Anthony Haynes to be our starting goalkeeper, and I'm wondering in the second half of the season if I just chuck him in and give him a chance. He's got much better potential ability. He's already a current ability player and North-South standard player, so that's not bad. His value is huge. He's consistent. He's training well. There's really not much that that really is saying don't play him, other than the fact that when you compare him to Collins, it is a bit more favourable in Collins' favour, right? Better shot stopping, better physically, quicker, better mentally, better communication. He is better aerially and at distributing, so it might play into our hands to call him up and play him. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do we give Anthony Haynes the nod to be the first choice keeper, knowing that unless an absolute superstar wonder kid who is ready to play right now in goal comes through, Haynes is going to be our starting goalkeeper from probably next season, if not 2 seasons. From then onwards, he definitely will overtake Michael Collins. So I'm like, do we just chuck him in and try and develop him? He's only been at the club less than 6 months, right? Came through in the last youth academy. Is it too soon, or do we just get him on it? Do we just get him in there and see what he can do for us? Because if we look at his attributes, he's already improving goalkeeper, mental and physical. So he does clearly have very good potential. He's playing pretty well for the youth team. 14 appearances, 12 conceded, but 6 clean sheets, averaging a 6.94 in the under 18s. But I'm just like, it's the potential. It's the potential of being like, do I take some short-term pain, which might not even happen. He might be really good. Potential plays into how people play in the match engine. But there is that thing of short-term pain by getting him match experience, improving his attributes, so that next season we've got that goalkeeper that I think we actually really need. Because I do think when you look at our starting 11, even like might not be our strongest 11, but this 11 we picked last time, right? These top 11 players. Goalkeeper is standout and Adam Cross, but he's just very good physically. Like goalkeeper is by far the weakest position we have in here. Like you could argue Ollie Lewis as well, but he doesn't naturally start. I'll pick our strongest 11, right? So Balberi would come in, Carson, Bewick, Cross, Gardner would come out to be replaced by Jones in there. Hessenthaler, torn over whether he's our best left back at the club. He probably is as it stands. Maybe Besant, maybe Bodkin as well. But yeah, you can see right going through his 2-star rating for goalkeeper. Robert Murray is not our. We're giving Danny Taylor a lot of game time. So I always prefer to look at like potential to see, like, because obviously all these players are so young. So potentially 2.5, 5, 4.5, 4, 5, 3, which is Adam Cross, because I mean we'll just quickly look at him. He's bloody good, right? Mentally in the middle of the park, that is unbelievable. Again, next year, maybe not so much playing it too much in there in the centre, but he's definitely going to see out the rest of this season. Then you got 4.5, 4, 4, 5, 4.5, right? It's so obvious that our weak point is goalkeeper when looking at that potential ability of people that can step up. I'm just sort of like, surely it's worth the risk. But I didn't want to just do it and then sort of come back at the end of the season and be like, oh hey, the season messed up because I took this chance. I was like, let's get the community involved. Let's see what you guys and viewers think about what we should be doing here. There was also a little bit all over the place this video, but there was also a lot of hype around John Perry Joseph, not only for his name and his nationality, but given he had that 5-star potential ability. I've not seen too much from him. Now, we've been keeping an eye on him. We've let him play for the under-21s while calling him up to the first team to train with the first team. And he's not really pulling up any strings. He's training relatively well. In the under-21s, they're not really playing him, which I'm very surprised about. Like, two appearances, 3 as a sub, 1 goal, 6.97. But he's another one. I'm like, do we give him game time to maximise that potential? Like, we really could chuck him in a little bit more often, in behind the striker maybe, just to give him that match experience and get that potential up. So you can see up here, right? So he's improved his dribbling, he's training well, he's good and brave, he's very consistent, he's registration rules, which obviously we don't have to worry about because everyone comes through the youth team. Committed, good personality, potential to grow, really, really good. Can't really shoot. And he feels his individual training progress as we've actually recently changed it, so I'm hoping that goes away. But yeah, I mean, he just needs to. Is it the fact he's not getting game time because I've called him up to the senior team? Is that what's hindering his progress? I don't know. I just don't know. And this is why I do these videos, because every time I interact with people in the comments, I'm generally learning something new. I am generally learning about advice about what to do best with young players. I've always thought when they're 16. Don't put them in the first team. As soon as they're 17 and older, they're generally all right to go in the first team, which is why I've been a bit cautious with John Perry Joseph down here as well. So open to suggestions, I really, really am. Under 21s, They're doing okay. They're second in their division. We've actually sort of not stripped them bare, but we've sent quite a few people out on loan. Actually, they have got, like, Raphael Gardner's actually up with the first team more often than not and on the bench, playing for us up there. Really good potential. He actually has the potential to be a championship standard player, which is really good. He is wanted only on loan. That's okay. Not a problem. Ryan Hogg's another one with really good potential, 18 years old, so he's gone up to the under-21s to get a bit of experience up there, which is awesome. And then, yeah, Bigger Kasongo, who we love his name. We just love his name. Like, Swedish and named Bigger Kasongo is just unreal, isn't it? It's so good. But yeah, he's looking okay as well. He's got good potential. He could potentially get some more first team football, but at the moment we're letting him develop in the under-21s. The under-18s are very good. They are winning their league by a point over Reading. These two seem to be much better than anybody else in the division. But the under-18s, again, a couple of people are now going out on loan, but some good potential here. The goalkeeper, Anthony Haynes, we've looked at, debating whether to call him up for the first team or not. Shane Gannon at centre-back, another one. Looks like he could be relatively good, but also looks like one of those players that you look at him and think there's not enough base attributes for him to develop to be anything useful. But we're going to keep him around because he has got that very good potential ability. So definitely keep an eye on him. We've got a couple down there as well. Jack Noble. Looks pretty good, lacks a bit of pace, but could play in behind the striker, so quite like the look at him at 17 years old as well. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on all these players coming through, and they'll pop into the first team every so often, I'm sure, or the under-21s. Ewan McLaughlin, assistant manager, has been absolutely... Max Brogan, our assistant manager, has been absolutely raving about this guy in the under-18s. I mean, he scored 10 goals and got 4 assists in 13 starts in the under-18s with an average rating of 7.77. So he's clearly far too good for under-18 level football, and he is developing, which is good to see as well. And then finally, I want to touch on Alex Colley, the 17-year-old striker, who is showing good potential. He's got bags of pace. He's got 8 goals and 4 assists in 11 starts for the under-18s, 7.40 up there as well. And this is the sort of thing where I'm like, you can see the base attributes here that could develop into something useful. Pace, fitness, agility, acceleration, first touch, passing and technique are all really good. Off the ball movement's good, which we all know is more important than actually finishing in the match engine. Aggression's good. Composure's not bad at 9. So I do think, like, you can... I've played enough of this game, and I've done Youth Academy challenges for like 3 years now to be able to, I think, spot when you think a player has good base attributes. And I do go on about it through the youth intake as well. But yeah, just always interested to understand what people think around that as well. I guess Logan Smith is another one we could have a look at in here. Very good physicals to start, lacking a little bit technically. But yeah, 6.8 in the under-18s. I think you've got to be looking at people that score, you know, above a 7 in terms of the under-18s and stuff. Youth team selection info. Someone did say you can see this, and I didn't know you could do this. So absolute massive props to... I forget who put the comment in, and I do apologise about that. But massive props here, because I didn't know. I moaned, didn't I, and said you can't see how they're performing in the youth team. But you can. Like 7.85, Maurice Hughes. Physically, a beast, can really cross. Yeah, again, we'll keep an eye on there. 3 goals, 0 assists in 3 starts and 3 sub-appearances. Ewan McLaughlin's up there. Ty Cody's been a lot of loan interest in him as well. Very physically imposing. Looks like he could be a decent player as well. So, yeah, I mean, if we look at this in the under-21s, copy of youth team selection info. Yeah, the 3 players at the top. Katie Wayborn, the winger, came through a few seasons ago. 20 years old now, but physically looking pretty good in there. Hayden Ruffles, another one that's had lots of loan interest. Someone I'm very much keeping an eye on in the under-21s to see how he develops. Only 17 years old, so lots of room to grow. And Jonathan Hughes up front is breaking the 7 barrier. Great dribbling, finishing, acceleration, pace. To be honest, he's probably not too far away from a first team level striker given how we play, but is injury prone and inconsistent and generally hates life at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on him. But thank you very much for the shout. It was a couple of videos ago, but thank you very much for the shout out to the person that said you can view this stuff in a view, and it's just under youth team selection info. That's what you need to go and look at. So, but yeah, I wanted to give a quick overview of the squad and everything. We're not going to play a game today. This is like a halfway point review of the season. And then what I wanted to end on, because believe it or not, there is a little bit of structure to this video, is to go and have a look at all of our old players and see where they are in the last sort of few minutes of the video. Just go through and see what's happening. So first off, those without a club. Blair Gemmell is without a club. He's wanted by Gillingham on a free transfer. Michael Clark, I don't remember Michael Clark. He doesn't look great. He's on a free with no interest on him. Steve Malloy doesn't look great. Free transfer, no interest. Junior Ward is still on a free. I thought he would have got snapped up because of his physicals, but no, alas no. He is on a free transfer since he left us. And that's it. And then we've got Daniel Koulibaly's moved to Africa Sports. He came through. I was very excited when he came through, but it just didn't really work. Actually, he has had quite the career since leaving us. So with us, went on loan to Fleet and Horsham. We released him on a free. Went to Olympic Sport Abodo, AS Denguele, then moved to Africa Sports. And for all intents and purposes, is playing very well now for Africa Sports. So well done to them. Is there any others that have got like... I mean, Jord Gubbins is still at Atalanta. Wow, he's still at Atlanta. That's impressive. We released him, Morecambe took him, and then Atlanta bought him, and now he's broken into the actual MLS squad. So, yeah, fair play to Jord. Fair play to Jord Gubbins. Is there anyone else here that's in like a bit of a strange league? If there's a player that you see that you want to go and look at in another video, please just leave a comments down below to let me know, and I'll go and focus on them a little bit more, dive in a little bit more about their detail. FC Romania have signed a couple of our ex-players. Fleet have picked up Fuzinar. Yeah, that's got to be Rox Kotnik. Yeah, he's out back in Slovenia. Harlow Harrow. A couple of players have moved to Hashtag United. Yaramov, I remember Yaramov, came through as a fullback. I think he played a couple of times for us, didn't he? Yeah, little handful of appearances. One appearance in League 2, and we thought, nope, he's never going to make it. So we let him go. We've got lots of people in the really lower leagues of English football, isn't it? Proper lower league English football. We've got Kenan Omarovic. Oh, he's still going. He's 30 years old now, playing on an amateur contract in Sweden. Good on him. Good on him there. We've got Maidenhead Luton. Michael Onyema still at Luton. What did they get him on a free? Yeah, he's moved around a bit since we sold him. $250,000. 350k Bristol Rovers picked him up for. Really didn't fancy him. Sold him on for 87k to Oxford. He went on loan to Nigeria. And now he's come back to play for Boston and Luton in the Vanarama National. So what could have been, eh? What could have been if he'd stayed with us? Adam Beredetsky, an old favourite, still out in Poland. 31. It's mental to think these players are 31. Only did one season at Motor and then used to Olympia Zambrano out there. So good for him. Still playing, which is good. We got, Ramsgate, Petersfield, Rastafar Eagles. Excellent Gumade, the goalkeeper. Oh wow, yeah. How's he been getting on? No, they're not playing football. He's not playing football for them. 2 appearances, 3 conceded, 6.95. Rastafar Eagles, love it. What a name. More people down in the lower leagues of Britain. We've got Davian Alcock out in Jamaica playing for Sporting Central. Like again, he's moved around a bit, hasn't he? Folkestone to Biggleswade Town, Olympic Gardens, Central Kingston, and now Sporting Central. And doing rather rubbish, it must be said. Got Staines Street, Swindon. Always interesting to see when people are playing in like League 2. Lewis Monk. Not bad, to be honest. Yeah, not bad. Well done, Swindon, for picking him up. Ferreira, I think our first high-profile non-English player that came through. Where's he been? Phoenix Sports, Needham Market, St Neots, and now Vallejo Nazare, and has been there for quite some time and probably a fan favourite, to be honest, at the age of 30. What else have we got here? Are there any names that jump in? Zane Minshaw, I think, was a good one. Charlie Clolu, I thought, was meant to be quite good when he came through. Very much has not developed. Nope, not at all. So yeah, that's a little update about some of the players that we had on our books a while ago who have developed and moved on. Just going through to see if we've got any... If I sort by... Oh, yeah, no, we're sorting by club, aren't we? I wonder who... Oh, we've got Jackie Stewart has signed for Alloa in Scottish League 1. Well done, Jackie. Go on, lad. The Greek amateur, English Sparta. I mean, surely playing in the MLS is the best player that we've not managed to keep at the club. Because I did want to keep him at the club. He didn't want a new contract. I think that is the biggest jump, because that is a good jump, right? He's come through in non-league Folkestone and he's now playing in the MLS. That's probably the best that any of our players have got to, like, that I can get. And every time we release or don't or sell a player or whatever, they are added to this list. So they only leave this list once they retire. So just again, one little last click through, I think the MLS is probably the best, other than this current Folkestone Invicta Championship team, the best that one of our players has gone on to represent. So yeah, not too bad. It's probably the MLS and then Swindon, and then everybody else is in bloody non-league, really low down football in Britain, basically, or playing for non-league Jamaican teams. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How old is George Gubbins now? 27. Bloody hell, 27. Is he playing regularly for them? He is playing regularly for them and playing pretty well up till this year. Not doing too badly. Oh man, what a Gubbo. Remember when he came through and I was really excited because he had jumping reach like 18. He was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, hopefully Blair Gemmell gets picked up by Gillingham. That would be a decent move for him as well, but not too bad. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. Something slightly different, looking at older players and stuff mid-season. Let me know your thoughts for all of the youngsters that we looked at. How do you think we're going to finish this season? Can we keep in the playoffs? Can we sneak into the top 2? Are we going to drop out of the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts. And what do we do about the goalkeeper situation? I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.